Hello and welcome to the LDM Show. Just little fly thing bothering me over here. But anyway, welcome to another day live show here. So it is Thursday, and I can't say it's the end of the summer, but I guess it's getting there. You know what I mean? Like it's no more summertime. So a lot of people said they didn't do nothing this summer, which it feels like that all the time. But this in this episode, we're going to be speaking about summer, and we're going to be speaking about school, the whole school system, or how it's going right now. We're going to speak about a little bit of news, and of course, we'll speak a little bit about a question that was given to me. Now, you guys can always give a question, send me a question about a relationship, friendship, business, law, anything. I would answer it to the best of my abilities. And if I do not know the answer, I'll research it for you. So that would help a lot as well. But let's speak a little bit about loss of summer. I don't think it was too much of a loss of summer if everybody was hanging out for the past 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. And remember, summer is only like 2 to 3 months. If you really get technically about it, the heat is only for like 2 months. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's the whole season of hot. So you only really get 2 months. And the older you get, the less summer you have. Go figure how that works. You know what I'm saying? So, which is true, because you start working more, and then the time that you have off, you do not want to go out. So, the less you do. That's pretty much how it works. When you have when you get older and you have kids and blah blah blah, you just want to try to relax, especially when they're not home no more. But that's the way it goes. But this summer has been crazy. I guess with the whole version of people being locked in their house for so long, or when they came out, it was like that dog that's been in the house for so long, and you take them out and they start running in the park and running here, running there, and it's like you can't help it, and you can't try to stop them. Well, that's what happens, But right now I'm just doing Facebook Watch. If you guys are watching this and you enjoy my show, share it, enjoy it. But make sure you press that like button no matter which platform you are watching on, and make sure you click on the notifications. So that way when I'm on the air, you guys can get notified, just like I'm doing here. So, and I am live. But let me take a little quick drink, okay? But anyway, it got so crazy. So now planning for next year is going to be kind of hard. But I always say plan anyway for your summer vacations. That's, I think, what's the main issue a lot when it comes to the summertime. A lot of people don't say or write a list of what they want to do before the summer ends and then keep to that. A lot of people don't do that. We had a plan of what we wanted to do, but, plans fell through. We didn't really have time to do things and stuff like that. So, but my summer starts in November, December. And if you're in my personal page, you'll find out why. But, that's going to be my summertime. But we are in the network. LDM Network also has a radio station called LDM Radio. And with the whole COVID stuff, we wasn't allowed, or wasn't not allowed, but we were tied. Our hands were tied in trying to find a vendor. So we learned how to adapt. And now the LDM Radio is going to be on pay-per-view. So check that out. Find out who's going to win on the independent artist. And it's going to be live video. So a lot of people are going to be chiming in and trying to find out who they won. and the votes are off. I know somebody asked me, "Oh, are we still voting for the fourth annual?" I'm like, no, the winners are already tallied up, so you just gotta have to pay to find out who it is. But I had some of my I guess I can't say favorite artists, but one of my favorite songs of them, and some of them won and some of them didn't. But I'm doesn't mean that I'm not gonna stop liking their songs. So, but I just want to play a quick intro of theirs. So I'm gonna play the first one. I think is the rock category. So here it is. These are the fourth LDM Music Award nominees, and we're gonna find out who won on September 26th. So if we can chime that in, here is the rock nominees.
Here are the rock nominees at the fourth LDM Music Awards. Sabrina Carpenter,
Crank it out loud, crank it out louder. All or nothing, you. Gotta live it up loud.
Cranberry Merchants with Going Nowhere. The Argon Red with For Lack of Words.
Hey, you have to change your mind, girl. Gonna make a fool lost time. Push it away. Always coming back, girl. You're passive the thought away.
Back Through the Delirium Trees with Back Through.
And you were always wrong. Don't believe in his lies anymore. You're getting shoved back through the door. Don't you go.
And here are the rock nominees of the fourth LDM Music.
And those were the rock nominees for the fourth LDM Music Awards. So I'm hoping that you guys will chime in. Go to ldmradio.com for more information on who are the nominees and how can you get your tickets. Tickets is only $10, you know. So, and that helps the radio station, and the radio station helps the independent artists, and you know, it is life, I guess. But anyway, let's get to congratulations on the kids in school. Either they're going to school or they're doing the remote school. So if you guys you have kids going to school, comment below and let us know. Or if you have them doing remote, comment below. We'd like to know. And how have you learned to adapt or take your kids? Now, I do have an issue. I have an issue with remote for, I say, second maybe or third grade down, maybe four down, especially first kindergarten and pre-K. My son started pre-K, and I have an issue with it. He enjoys the 15, 20 minutes that he's on the line, but if I got to sit there with him and explain to him or do things with him, ain't that called homeschooling? You know what I'm saying? That's basically the homeschool. So I think the whole remote education thing has to be looked at and fixed, because I'm sitting there with my kid like, okay, so now we have to pay for a babysitter and hope that the babysitters will put them on the online when they're supposed to. Is anybody else having that issue with the remotes? If you have a kid, I'm talking about a young kid, because before you were okay, like, okay, I had to put them in daycare, blah, blah, blah. But now you can't put them in daycare if they go into pre-K. So now you got to get a babysitter or somebody. But now, is that babysitter going to sit there with him or with her? And is that babysitter going to do the homework during the time that they're not online? It's gonna be a hassle. I don't know. And I'm speaking to all the parents out there that have first, second grade, all the way down. How are y'all coping with it? Let us know, just in case other parents are watching. Maybe they can get some ideas, or maybe I can get some ideas. I don't know. But since we've been homeschooling out my son, it's a little easier for us. Like, he does 15 minutes. We do all his homework plus some more, and then he goes back online for another 15 minutes to show that he did the homework, blah, blah, blah. So basically, he's online for like 30, maybe an hour a day. The rest is up to us. So again, will the babysitters do that? I don't know. You have to have a real good babysitter, I think, to order to get that going. So, but shout out to everyone that is watching right now. But like I said, comment below on what do you think about the whole remote thing. Now, let's be real about this. There was in the news a kid that got suspended. There was 2 kids that got suspended already from remote school. One got suspended because they seen a play gun in the background of his video. So, first of all, if I'm doing a remote in school, whatever's in my background is none of your business. You know what I'm saying? Parents passing by. The whole remote thing is a funny stuff because, you're going to probably have parents passing by, door ringing, phones going off. You know what I'm saying? So there is going to be distractions there. And as you get older, like the teenagers, I don't think they will comprehend too much when it comes to remote. Just because of one reason, and this is why I'm saying it, because they're going to be bored. They're going to be like, oh, I'm looking at my friends. And there's going to be a clown in there in Zoom. One of the guys doing something funny in Zoom so the other guys can start laughing and stuff like that. And then you're not going to really be all you can be because you're at home. You're going to be like, I'm bored. I'm tired. Shoot, I'm getting a little hungry. I'm going to get up to use the bathroom just to grab something to eat. And, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So you're not really concentrating unless you have a little section that is closed up from the whole apartment. I don't know. I don't know how that works when it comes out to the older ones. So could it be good? Could it be bad? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think of the whole remote thing. But I noticed some teachers are trying their best to make it fun for the kids. Like my son's teacher, she had a puppet, a hand puppet, and the hand puppet was talking, and and they did experiments and stuff like that. But it, like I said, for little kids, I don't know. And then parents, please, the remote learning is for the kids. If you want to learn something, yes, but get out of the camera. I don't want to see you. This is the kids that we got to see. I've seen videos with parents passing by. Matter of fact, today I seen the video with the grandmother or somebody sitting with the kid on the side, and they were talking Spanish, and the kid was explaining to the grandmother, I think, what the teacher was saying. It's not your problem what the teacher is saying, as long as the student understands what the teacher is saying. That's the whole purpose of student remote learning. It's not student and parents. You had your time. You should have learned. You know what I'm saying? Like, move to the side. Let the kid learn something. I don't know. I was watching some of these videos, and I'm like, ooh. And then some of the parents passing by, and, they act like they didn't notice. Like, come on. You know your kids are going to be on remote school. So why would you be passing by the camera? Come on. If you're trying to get your 5 minutes of fame, I don't think this is the real way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though people probably repost your funny video. I don't know. The whole concept of remote learning is just weird. And I seen pictures of kids with the remote learning, keep it going. But I just want to ask you guys, like, how do you do it? How, and students, if you guys are watching, how do you keep your mindset like you're still in school, so this way you can still learn? How do you do that? Because I would love to hear, and parents, how do you make sure your kids are doing the work that they sending them? Because now they have to send it through remote, and now is your kids really learning? Are they Googling some of the answers? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to the junior high and the high schools, are they going to be really learning? Because now you can Google and all this other stuff. How does that play in learning? So forget about if COVID is going to affect the schools and all. Let's find out how are we going to make these kids learn more, and even if they're in school. Because I know some kids that now I be seeing them on their phone and they don't even text. They word what they want to say and the phone texts it for them. So sooner or later they're gonna forget how to spell. Yeah, and yeah, especially if we have any teachers out there, especially like Shirley from the comment section. I'm gonna ask her and how they do it. How much of a change, I know it's a lot of change, but how much of a change as a teacher you will have to do to keep these kids entertained on the screen? Because I know that is right there, that is kind of hard to do. As a talk show host, it's kind of hard to, I don't even see you guys, but it's kind of hard to say, are they entertained? Are they still watching? Are they coming off a line? Are they going online? So I can imagine for a teacher how that works. How you guys feel about the whole remote? And I'm not talking about the COVID or I should put my kid in school, because I got whole words for that. I'm just saying we are in a time where people are forgetting that it's something bigger than COVID. We're talking about learning, teaching, you know. I'm telling you, there's phones that you don't even want to text. Just say, hey, how you doing? Send. And now you're forgetting how to spell. Who was the first president? I don't know. Let me see. Google, who was the first president? First president was George Washington, blah, 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 and blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to think no more. So how are we, as a new generation, knowing that everything is falling apart, how are we going to come push this to our kids now? You know, how are we going to tell them that, no, you have to think for yourself. No, you have to adapt with the situation, because that's a problem. A lot of people don't know how to adapt with the situation, so everybody's getting crazy and fighting and shooting because they don't know how to adapt. When I was young, we had to learn how to adapt. You don't got no light? Oh, woo. Mira, there's no light today, mijo. I didn't pay the bill. I don't got no money. You got to do your homework before the light turn off. Or not, you have to wait till the street light turns on, and then you can have that street light coming into your house so you can finish your homework. We learn how to adapt. You know, when the Bronx was burning, we learned how to adapt. Now kids do not learn how to adapt. And if they do learn how to adapt, they're adapting the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Is it our fault or is it technology fault? You know what I'm saying? So how does that work? Because technology is good and it's bad at the same time. You know what I mean? So, we don't know. Mama, what you think? What you think about the whole school thing? She said she wants old school. I guess you meant she want old school back. So, yeah, old school. We do need it back. And I know I have some. I'm actually going to think about next week. I'm going to try to get two of the Team View kids. I'm going to bring them. I'm going to probably bring one or two either remotely, since we're doing remotely, or in person to speak about how they are working. Because now one of them is doing college prep remotely, and one of them is in high school now. It's hard. It's hard. I don't understand the whole concept of it, but we have to learn to adapt, I guess. You know what I mean? So, but I wouldn't be a proud dad and I wouldn't be a good talk show host if I don't push my son in his journey, I guess what I can say. But my son had to do his first experiment today, and I'm a proud father that he already knows how to do experiments. Like I said, we homeschool him, so he knows all of this stuff. So it's not a whole world of adapt. But we did a video of him learning, or well, not learning, but teaching kids about germs and how to wash the germs away. So we're gonna play this video for you. It's my son speaking about germs and his a little experiment, and it is just so cool. But are we good with the key? But anyway, here's my son speaking about how to clean your hands.
Hello, my name is Ryan Arizona. Today I'm gonna do an experiment about how germs live on your hands. Today you're gonna need a big bowl, lotion, flakes, and 3 cups of water. But you need to make sure you don't make it too hot or too cold. Now we're gonna put 2 cups of water into the bowl. 1, 2. The next step is to put lotion on the hand and put all over. Next step is to take the flakes and on this hand.
Okay. And those are what?
Germs.
Okay.
The next step is to pour the next cup of water over your hands so you can wash off the germs.
A lot of jet.
Because you can do this step. You can also put your hands inside the water to wash off the rest of the germs. And maybe get some. Look how much germs came off my hands. And remember to wash your hands properly with soap and water. And also remember to sing the ABC song or you wash your hands. This is Noma. I hope you learned something. Bye!
All right, all right. Well, that was my son speaking about how the adults need to wash their damn hands. We don't have all this sickness going on. Wash your hands, wash your butt. Yeah, that was nice. I guess it's a bonus when you have a dad that, or or parents that's in business with cameras and stuff. But he basically, I just told him you got to tell what steps you're doing, and he just took it from there. And you know, here you go, a kid explaining how the germs are in your hands and how you have to wash it. But we had to get some new seasoning because he like wasted half of the damn parsley just to show you that the germs in his hands. But that is one thing that we do with our kids. We're speaking about stuff that you can do with your kids to teach them a little more. We have experiments. We play games. But things that he doesn't really know, he's learning. Because if we tell a kid, come on, let's go study, they're going, again, I just did that. But if you say, hey, let's play a game, they go play. They don't even know that they're studying. We sing songs. So we do sing one song. If he's here, I would have told him to sing it. But we're doing math. So we say 2 plus 2 is, and he says 4, which it's one of the songs from one of my great not show, but a movie that I watched when I was young called Hans Christian Andersen. So if you never watched it, it's a musical, but you'll watch it. But for people that don't know, Hans Christian Andersen was the one that made the story of the Ugly Duckling, the King with the Naked King, Thumbelina, stuff like that. He's the one that written these kid stories. So making songs, playing games, that is a good way to teach your kids, especially when they are young now. And because of what electronics and the way things are going, I don't even know if we're going to have some real good kids. Because remember, the kids got to protect us, and we're messing up the world for them. So let's keep that in mind, that we need to do the best we could. So with that said, let's go to some news. So in today's world news, Trump got caught lying. Not caught lying, but caught on tape saying that he knew about what was going on. So far. A vaccine for the virus has been on hold because another person got sick, which I can say that it just got on hold because they don't know who's going to win for the presidential debate. You know what I'm saying? New York City has been upgraded to one of the most unacceptable place to go to right now. They are the killing zone right now, especially in Brooklyn, doubling the amount, and the year has not even been over. And the reason why people are getting so crazy about it is because it doubled the amount of last year, but within the 2 to 3 months. So imagine if this would have been going on since the beginning of the year, we would have been 5 times as much as last year. Why is it happening? I can say many different reasons why. Top of the line is that the people in the seats are not doing their job. It comes from the top all the way to the bottom. So, and then what I always say, that they saying that also people are saying that police should be accountable if they do not tell on some of the bad police that is doing bad things. They said if a good cop doesn't say what a bad cop is doing, then that good cop becomes a bad cop. And I say, if a good person in the community is not telling what the bad people are doing, then the good people in the community become a bad person as well. You see how that works? We call it snitching. You call it, what was that? Like bringing up or exposing, whatever word you want to use as the police telling on another police, it's still the same thing. No matter how you word it, snitching, you know, bringing up someone, telling, whatever you want to say. But the whole thing is that in order for us to get our community better, I think we need to community ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch what's going on, because these shootings are getting crazy. Also, New York City has been becoming a ghost town. Manhattan, and people are like, wow, there's hardly no one outside. This COVID stuff is really bad. It's not about the COVID. People are leaving New York City, and they're not leaving by ones or twos. They are leaving by bunches. And United States, some people are leaving, going to the other countries. So what is it that we are doing wrong? These are the things that the higher-ups need to find out. But good news, that restaurants are going to be opening up soon that you can eat inside. I told many people it is going to happen. They're not going to have people sitting outside in the cold, blah, blah, blah. They just did it sooner because the restaurants had a lawsuit against the mayor and the city. So now all of a sudden, but they are not letting up on the lawsuits. The gyms have opened and they let the lawsuit, I think they let the lawsuit go because I have not heard from it. And for you guys that don't know, the gyms around New York City had a lawsuit against the mayor, the governor, and the city of New York because they were not opening up and they made it seem like they were not a business. So, in other words, they treated them like a stepchild, I guess. So they put a lawsuit on them, and then they said, okay, we'll let you open up, and I guess the lawsuit went down. Well, they'll try to do it with the restaurant, and the restaurant is still going forward with their lawsuit, so far that I know. So that's a good thing, but at least you can eat inside soon, which it doesn't make no sense. You want kids to go, yes. And I'm going to be hitting my favorite Italian restaurant, but I'm not going to say the name because they don't pay me. But, it's somewhere in the vicinity of 17th to 13th Street. That's all I got to say. But I'm going to be hitting that. We used to go at least once every 2 to 3 months, and we didn't do it, right? We didn't do it. We love that restaurant. But that restaurant is going to be open. But there's a lot of things that the mayor and the governor is doing that don't make sense. And I guess to them, if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense. That's the old business thing. But you wanted schools open for the kids to go to school, but you didn't want no one to eat inside a restaurant. You allow people to bum rush into a bus and trains, but you wasn't allowing them to be in the gym. You allow people to wear masks walking around, but you try to enforce it when they're walking around in the parks. You see, if I don't know, a chance, if somebody in the mayor's office or in the governor's office is watching this, you see how it sounds like I'm saying it? It sounds how can I say it? Stupid? Doesn't make no sense. Come on. So if you're going to make rules that are for everybody and that it makes sense. Okay? So, and also in the news, some of the schools that are opening, they are 95% ready. 5% not ready. Some of the bathrooms will not be open in schools if they don't have ventilation. Let me tell you a little bit about that. There's many places that don't have ventilations, and we still go to. And some of these I don't use public bathrooms. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone that knows me. I gotta really, really, really be needing to go pee for me to go into a public bathroom. I don't know. I just have this thing. Like when I go in, it starts stinking and everything. It's not like the girls' bathroom that they got a sauna and all this. I don't know. I'm just bugging, because I never been in the girls' bathroom, so I don't know. But what I heard, some of the girls' bathroom were worse than men. Is what I heard. Don't boo me. Don't boo me. That's the truth. The truth shall set you free. You know what I'm saying? But also, people, it's not in the news, but it should be in the news. New York, to me, is the biggest pig style that I ever seen, especially in the Bronx. We went to the park on Labor Day, and we called this park Claremont Park. If anybody that knows it in Bronx, Katrona. I'm sorry. Katrona Park. If anybody knows it, they have two sections. We call one section the Bronx, and we call one section Manhattan. And I'm going to tell you why. You walk through the park, you see everybody running around, throwing stuff and music here and fights here and argue. Then you step to the other side of the park. Everybody's relaxing. They talking to each other. There is music, barbecuing going on. After everything is go, walk through the park. That looked it like the pig style of all pig. Matter of fact, I tried to take a pig to that park. They said, this is too messy for me. They left. You know what I'm saying? They were like, take me back to the farm where it's mud and dirt and pig snap because this is messy. That's how messy it was. Then when we crossed the street to the other side of the park, you rarely seen the mess. So come on, people. I used to joke around and say, hey, I'm going to throw stuff on the floor because it's job security for the people that clean. But no, it's a mess. And then you expect us to get things? I don't know. That's just me. Clean after yourselves. Clean after yourselves. Because sooner or later, if they take out the whole you cannot even picnic in the park, you're going to be mad. You're going to be very upset about it. So clean up after yourselves. Maybe they won't have to worry about it. You know? Yeah. Or maybe if the park people, if you're watching, start having people have permits. No matter what they do, you got to have a permit. You got a permit? And make sure the cops walk about. You got a permit to be here? No? Okay, then you can't have your party here. Because with a permit, then you know who has to clean up the mess. And then you know who you have to charge. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no sense that you took off all your... I seen chairs that were broken. They just left it there. Garbage all over the place. You know? There's a designated place for your coal. They got it all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I know we live in the ghetto, but do we have to really act ghetto? Seriously? That's just me. That was I had a rant, I had a rave about that. But barbecuing, they are extending some of the pools, and they are extending some of the parks for picnics and stuff to the end of this month. And so check NYPD parks to see which one and what? Oh, NYC parks to see which one has extended their dates and which one extended the pools. So I don't care how much you extend the pools. If it ain't hot, I ain't going in there. I can't even take a cold shower. I don't know about all that. But was the pools open this year? I don't even realize that the pools were open this year. Yeah. Matter of fact, they were, and they were trying to say that you had to stay 6 feet apart in the water, and that didn't work. Just like everything else is not working. But with that said, there's also a Facebook flyer saying that in a couple of weeks, everybody is going to say no more masks, and they're taking off their masks. I don't know if it's true or not. That's on them. Oh, yes. And also in the news, MTA and Metro North is enforcing fines if you're not wearing your mask in the bus or in the trains. And this is what I got to say to MTA. I don't know about Metro North because I don't really ride them. But MTA, good luck with that. For the most part, nothing. for the most part, good luck with that, because I've been riding on the buses and people are not even paying and they're going through the back. I noticed that they have the little ticket thing that you can pay for your ticket while you're coming through the back now. If you have a credit card or something like that, maybe they should put the ticket thing too in the back. Like you're gonna slip in your pass, because a lot of people go to the back because they don't want to stand online and they're trying to get a chair. So maybe a ticket thing on the side, but that's a little too much. I think you're gonna have to redo the buses. You're just gonna have to figure it out. And it's so funny that you had so many months to try to figure this out. You know that people are now, because comment below if you're not living in the Bronx, but pretty much just comment below which is the worst bus line for people jumping in. I can tell you right now, it's the 15 on the Bronx for me. The 15, 21, 9, the 19, and the 2. Those are the worst that I've seen, that people are just jumping into the back and not paying. And then they got the nerves to take a seat. You know what I'm saying? At least have the decency, if you didn't pay, to stand. Let the people that paid sit. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones that come in with no mask, they look at you like you're weird. It's the policy. I don't wear a mask when I'm outside. I don't wear a mask when I'm in the park. I don't wear a mask now, and I don't wear a mask in the house. But I do wear a mask if I'm entering a store that has a policy saying wear the mask. Why argue with them? Wear the mask, buy your stuff, go home. Everybody's okay. We all smooth. Have a nice day. Bam, bam. Air hugs, air shake, whatever you want to do. Bam, I'm home. The world would be a better place. It's policy. Just do it and go on your way. Do like everybody else does. Because when people are on the bus, they complain like anything. But they don't do nothing about it. So then complain under your mask while you're in the bus or in the train or in the stores that say. Now, with that said, I think the stores should have their own way. Forget the government trying to say, enforce these policies on stores. You're not paying their bills, their hospital bills, after they're getting beat up by customers because they're trying to enforce the mask on the customer. You're not paying them money for losing business when they're trying to enforce the mask on customers. So I think we should leave it to the store. Maybe just every store should put up a sign, enter at your own risk. You know what I'm saying? Because there are people getting beat up because they're trying to enforce the law. Or not the law, the policy, because it is not a law. But the policy of wearing masks inside the store. There's some stores that I go into, not even the cops wear masks. So think about that. I seen cops, I seen doctors, and because I live, not live, but our studio is next to a hospital. And they do not wear masks going into these stores. And they go live their life. So the stores that say wear your mask, just wear it. It's a policy. That's it. Stop the arguing. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's so hard about it. Just do what you got to do. You know? But there got to be new ways if the government, let me not say the government, if the mayor and the governor is putting these rules without even thinking, because they just put rules all nilly-willy without thinking the outcomes, or, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me throw the rock in the water and see how much ripples I get, and then I'll figure it out. That's what they've been doing lately. Stop throwing the rocks. Figure it out first. Then play it off in your mind. This is for the governor and the mayor. Maybe say, okay, I'm going to have everybody have to walk with a cup. And before you say that, you walk with a cup. Walk around. Okay, no, the cup, I can't grab nothing with the cup. So that way you can have the pros and cons of it before you try to throw on these all these policies without thinking. You know what I'm saying? Bus drivers getting beat up because they trying to enforce them to wear a mask. You the one that told them they have to wear a mask. So now who's saving the bus drivers? Who's saving the owners of these stores? Not you. You're just over here making all these policies and not thinking of the people. Right. They're not police officers. They don't need to enforce any policies or laws, but you're throwing it to them and they have to now say, do I tell my everyday customer that been spending money on me that they can't come in? Should I fight these drug dealers that come in and now they're trying to beat me up because I'm telling them not to wear the mask? So I think you need to figure this whole thing out. You need to figure it out. That's all to it. You know what I'm saying? The whole mask thing needs to be reevaluated and rethought about. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, how many people are walking around without masks? We're still okay. I'm not saying that COVID is not a threat. Get that out your mind. What I'm saying is that the mask wearing in stores and buses and trains are causing people to get body injury and winding up in the hospitals. They're not talking about it in the media because they don't want you to know about it, but it's happening. There are store owners getting beat up because they're trying to enforce it. There are bus drivers getting beat up because they're trying to enforce it. It needs to be reevaluated. Or if you're trying to say they have to wear it, then maybe put some police officers on these buses, on these stores that are more to get issues, you know? Maybe put somebody there. I don't know. There has to be something to save and to help these owners. So I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. Can we figure it out? I don't know. You know, that's up. I guess that's up to us to try to figure this out. Now, I know a lot of people, oh, you need to wear your mask because it's safety, blah, blah, blah. Safety for who? Because like I said, the owners are getting beat up. So we need to reevaluate. I'm not saying not to wear the mask, but it's just we need to figure this out. People's lives are in danger more than you think. And I'm not talking about with the virus. So, and then people are fighting for no apparent reason. Come on, guys. It's not that bad. Life goes on. It's not that bad for you to argue and scream and yell over little petty stuff. So if the store says wear your mask for policy, just wear your mask until they figure out something better. That's all I got to say. Because then you'll wind up in jail or wind up hurting someone, and now that some person can't work, now his life has going down and his family is going to be ruined because he was the breadwinner. So your actions cause a reaction. Come on. Since we're in September and it is school time, remember that. Every action always gets an equal or greater reaction. Remember that. So with that said, let's try to figure something out, guys. And let's see. But hopefully next week, we're going to be bringing back Battle of the Sexes. So I'm going to be putting up some questions on the husbands and wife. And one of the questions I have is, what is the different way that a man and a woman teaches their kids schoolwork? It's not the same. Don't say it's the same, because a man teaches a kid differently than a woman, and a Spanish person teaches way different. They be saying, my kid is gonna learn because I'm gonna stand right next to him with a chancleta talking about, you better answer the teacher right now. You better be raising your hand. It's gonna be remote in a Spanish house is not the same. I tell you this much. You know, they're gonna be. The mother or the dad is going to be right next to you like this with a café pustero, drinking, talking about, hurry up because I got to cook. You better be raising your hand. But anyway, with that said, I'm Charles Aloma, and this is the LDM Show. I hope you learned something today. Keep up the work and comment below, what do you think about the whole saving our businesses against people that are beating them up for the mask? What solutions can we have? I would like to know, what do you think if you were the mayor or the governor, because they definitely need the help. They need all the opinion they can get. All right. Well, this is Charles Aloma, and this is the LDM Show, and we'll see you next week.